Today, I'm revealing the 7-level hierarchy that separates the struggling freelancer charging $50 per page from the influence architect commanding $100,000 plus per project. Here's the brutal truth. Most copywriters never make it past level 3. They stay trapped selling tools and tactics while the elite operate from entirely different paradigms. Level 1, figuring it out. The reactive phase, you're trying to figure out how to get to the higher levels. You're copying what worked in the past, doing fast follow, which means you're always a distant third to what already succeeded. You're reactive, not proactive. You're solving yesterday's problems with yesterday's solutions. The trap. You think success comes from perfecting your craft when it actually comes from positioning your value. Level 2, selling words and copy, the commodity trap. You're selling copywriting services by the word, page, or project. You compete on price and delivery speed. This is where most freelancers get trapped, selling time for money with zero leverage or scalability. The trap. Your income is capped by your hours, and your service becomes a commodity that anyone can provide cheaper, faster. Level 3, selling tools and solutions. The mechanism phase, you sell the process itself, you focus on the how. This works for low-ticket offers where you excel at assembling copy and modeling what works. Pro tip, when selling mechanisms, use "it will" language to reduce perceived effort. It will allow you to, instead of "you can learn how to." The trap, you're still competing on features and functionality rather than outcomes and transformation. Level 4, selling products and services, the conventional territory. You're selling a sales page for $10,000. But notice the limitation. Your income is still capped by your time, and your service becomes a commodity. The shift, stop selling copy and start selling customized solutions, results like 100 extra customers per day, rather than a sales page. The trap, you're selling what you do instead of what becomes possible because of what you do. Level 5, selling outcomes and transformations, the results revolution. This is where everything changes. You shift from selling what you do to selling what happens because of what you do. You're not selling a sales page, you're selling $2 million in additional revenue. You're not selling an email sequence, you're selling a system that converts cold leads into buyers while you sleep. The breakthrough, this is results-based selling. You're no longer a vendor, you're a strategic partner in their success. Level 6, selling access, the exclusivity game. You're selling exclusive access to people, information, or systems. You're selling the shortcut to avoid the mistakes and pain you've already endured. This is the paid the price close in action. It's tied to higher ticket programs where people pay to be around the right energy, the right networks, the right thinking. The psychology. People will pay premium prices to avoid pain they haven't experienced yet, but fear they might. Level 7, selling identities, the ultimate game. This is the pinnacle. You're positioning your offer to help customers embody a desired self-perception or a social status. Why do people buy a Rolex? They're not buying a watch. They're buying the feeling of status, the identity of success. At this level, you're not changing what they have. You're changing who they are. You understand that people buy to keep a feeling, not just experience it. In the sales process, you sell the feeling. In the close, you get them to want to keep that feeling forever. The economics of emotional leverage. The highest levels require mastering emotional spending psychology. This emotional leverage is key to what I call competing on economics, mastering the trade-offs people must make because their resources are limited. It's not about conversion rates. It's about average order value AOV and maximum lifetime value MLTV. The future of this game is money over time. If you can afford to lose money on the front end because you've architected a sales cycle with upsells, recurring revenue, and high-ticket programs, what I call an offer factory, you can spend more than your competition to acquire customers, and when you can spend more to acquire customers, you win. The difference between level 1 and level 7. Level 1 gets paid once for time. Level 7 gets paid repeatedly for thinking. The 5 shifts that create mastery. Here's how you ascend these levels. 1. Stop being just a copywriter. If you identify only as a copywriter, your subconscious tells you that you're not an offer owner or business architect. Expand into conversion rate optimization, CRO, and offer strategy. 2. Build trophies. Work strategically with clients who know how to run offers. When your copy succeeds, you get the credit, the data, and the reputation that positions you at higher levels. 3. Hide the sales process. The history of direct response innovation is the history of hiding the sales process. Package your sales message in something the audience wants to consume: podcasts, articles, entertainment. 4. Master the monologue. Your audience is having a monologue with themselves, not a dialogue with you. Your copy is constantly being resynthesized in their mind. Match their buying patterns and linguistic style for perfect congruence. 5. Think systems, not services. At higher levels, you're not selling what you do. You're selling what becomes possible when you do it. The moment of truth. The moment you realize your goal is to help people convince themselves to leverage the fundamental drivers of choice, desire, and emotional security is the moment you step beyond writing words and become a master of influence itself. Most copywriters never make it past level 3. They stay trapped selling tools and mechanisms, competing on price, measuring success by conversion rates. But now you see the full architecture. You understand what's possible. So ask yourself this: in 30 days, are you going to be 30 days older? Or 30 days older with the ability to operate at the highest levels of this game? The choice and the level you choose to play at is entirely yours. The game has levels. The question is, which level will you choose to master?